Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Void City Reviews. I am Dan, joined again today, not by Toast, but by Gizmo, who is looking out the window over there. You can't really see him, but he's here. Oh, there he kind of is. There's his ear. Well, anyways, he's here. We are sitting in the parking lot of Target again because we are waiting for some more people to finish looking at our house. Some people who showed up 35 minutes late. So I've been here for quite a while. I thought I'd be back by now, but today I think we will take a look at Parallax from McFarlane Toys. This is a gold label figure. It's Hal Jordan as Parallax. It's how he appeared in his original appearance in the 90s after the Death of Superman story, when Hal Jordan went kind of nuts trying to bring Coast City back, his home city, and acquired through some rather shady means like 10 to 20 Green Lantern rings all for himself, and sort of became Parallax, and that's sort of where that whole character started a little bit, at least with him. And it's since gone on to morph into whole bunches of different things. If you saw the Green Lantern movie and that's all you've ever seen, you're probably thinking, how is this thing Parallax? Parallax looks like a giant yellow snot bubble cloud that flies through the sky and is defeated very easily. But that's not really Parallax at all. Just ignore pretty much anything you saw in that movie and go read some comics from the 90s instead. They're pretty cool, and they're pretty cool story. Pretty crazy things happened with Hal Jordan, and he was pretty frowned upon for quite a while for the things that he did in this story. But anyways, let's open this guy up and take a look at him real quick, see what he looks like. All right, so here he is. Looks pretty cool. Obviously, I will show some better pictures of this guy up close and whatnot, but here he is out of the package. You see he's got those clear hands. I apologize if this is a little bit blurry. Like I said, I'll put some better photos. Cape in the back. Now, I'll have to check, but this cape feels very similar to one of the previous Superman capes. I actually think it's very close to the Superman Action Comics 1000 cape. I'll have to check that out. Obviously, it's not the exact same piece because it's molded onto the shoulder parts, which comes across to the chest logo, actually. So this whole part is all one piece. But it is a very, very similar cape in the way that it folds around and the way it kind of curves to the side like that. Let's see, other things I've noticed right off the bat. This guy has the old school ball joints for the wrists and the ankles, like the original ones that are more universal and not shaped like wrists and ankles like the newer ones are. So that's a little bit interesting. He has standard McFarlane DC Multiverse articulation, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, and he has, let's see, his neck. So his neck does not move underneath there. His head does move on there. Some of the figures have the neck that moves and the head that moves on the neck, but this one is just the head that swivels on there. The little green mask on his face there is a separate little piece glued into the face, as is the hair, a separate piece glued onto the head. So that's one of the things, if you see this on the shelf, you might want to look for up close, just to make sure those pieces got glued in and set correctly. Every once in a while you'll see one where it's not quite correct and it's a little crooked, or you can see a lot of a gap around it. So sometimes you can just avoid that. Really, I think this is a pretty cool figure. He suffers again from some areas that could use some paint to kind of break up the color. His boots, I think, are one of those areas where you could have used some extra paint to kind of separate those little parts in there. Maybe some black or maybe a darker green, I don't know. Maybe even just a wash to kind of dirty it up. It's not really a dirty type of a costume, but just something to set those greens apart, other than just harsh lighting and shadows hopefully doing the job for you. There's not too many problems I can see at all. The only real issue is the paint blemishes. So the one that Toast got, there is a tiny blemish right in this black part, right between the silver and the green, so right where my finger is. So that little tiny black part there. His has kind of a little part where it looks like a paint dropped right on it, so it's not smooth. You can actually see when you hold it to the light like a splatter mark there. And for this one, and this is gonna be hard to see, I might have to do a photo of this one up close, but his abs, oh, you can kind of see it. There's this really weird paint thing going on where the front of the abs have a different paint texture than the side, and it's a slightly different shade, almost like they ran out of one color and had to mix it again. And you can actually see a little bubble where it popped on the top there, almost like this just got brushed on very heavily handed. It's kind of strange. Not used to seeing something like that on one of these guys, really. But it's from far away on a shelf, barely noticeable. He'll be in a pose, it'll be fine. Otherwise, pretty solid figure. I like it. Only thing I would have changed is I liked it better when he had the gray sideburns. I think it makes it just a lot more recognizable Hal Jordan Parallax, but it's still pretty cool. He comes with some accessories. You got your standard back of the box trading card and stand. He also comes with not boxing gloves this time, thank goodness, because that just gets old. Like Hal Jordan, we know he isn't very imaginative, but he's got to come up with something other than boxing gloves over and over again. No, he comes with these two fire, like green energy fire fists. So he almost can be like throwing a Hadoken or something, I don't know, like a crazy flash fist Street Fighter move. So he's got these guys, and they're basically the exact same piece, just mirrored. So they're exactly the same mirror images of each other. So that's kind of cool. Again, I apologize for the colors in this. I'm in my car, obviously. Just trying to get some content out there to you guys. I figure you don't really care about the background. If there is none, then who cares what it is, right? He also comes with a power battery, giant lantern right there. So that's pretty cool. Just kind of show you the size of it. There we go. There's the colors. So you can kind of see that guy. And again, I'll show photos of these up close so you can see them all nice and in better detail. That's about all there is to say about this guy. Hal Jordan Parallax, gold label, McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figure. Pretty cool. I dig it. I kind of wish he had come with a flight stand instead of a regular standing stand, but again, that's just another nitpick, and I've got like 30 of the flight stands at home anyways, so I got one already, it's fine. Well, there you have it, guys. There's another episode of Void City Reviews for you. Have any more questions or comments, let us know. Like and subscribe. Toast will be back as soon as possible. We'll be filming some more reviews again together. And in the meantime, again, hopefully someone buys the house. We can get a new setup going and get back to you more on a regular basis. Until then, though, for me and for Gizmo, we will see you next time. And sorry for the focus going nuts there. That's kind of crazy. I'll have to do something about that.